Hi, and welcome to another edition of Buckeye Power Sports. I'm Shane, and I'm going to be hosting this show for tonight. So, what we got going on here, I've taken in a lot of work lately, and we're going to be working on a Raptor 660 and a 05 CRF 450. What I'm doing right now is I'm cutting a gasket to fit in between the cases. So, let me show you what I'm doing. Set you guys up here so you can see what's going on. Okay, so what I've done is I took off the oil pump sump that sucks the screen. I took that off so I can lay this gasket flat on there. And what I've done is I've got this little piece of aluminum, rolled aluminum, and I just went around it and I made my outline of this side of the case. And what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to cut around this outside and I'll have my pattern. I got a new phone because the last phone was really hard to do videos on, so I hope this is a lot better now. This phone is actually made for media, and so far it's been a good phone. I really like it a lot. It's the red hydrogen. But let me talk about the build here. This is a 05 660 that I'm working on, and what had happened is the guy was riding his bike, he was riding his quad, and he went to shift down into a lower gear, but he was in too high of an RPM, and he forced it into gear. What that did is it damaged two forks and two bearings, and now he decided that after we've got it apart that he wants to do a big bore kit. So he'll, instead of just going 660 with the stock stuff, he is going to be at 686 with the big bore kit. This line isn't the best really sharp edge to cut on, and the line is kind of hard to follow, but in the light I can see it a little better. Usually what I do is in this case here, I'll set it on here and I'll just go over it with my hammer and just go around the edges. Let me try that and see if that's any better. It's just a small ball peen hammer. It doesn't take a lot of effort to cut it out, but you do have to hold it in the spot that you are going to cut it. It can't move around. It's got to stay right in that spot. So what I do is I hold it in the area right where I'm going to cut it, and I just kind of tap along the edges with my hammer. Pretty easy, not real hard, because you don't want to damage the case either. So you just go around here and hold it while you're doing it. You can do the ballpoint or you can do the flat edge. If you want to go a little faster, you can do the flat edge. You just have to be a little careful with the hammer. You're going to get some spots that you're not going to be able to cut very well with the hammer. Then you can just go over it with the scissors. I'm doing this because I don't want to use silicone in between the cases. KX500 doesn't have a gasket in between the cases either, so I did make my own gasket for that, and it worked out really well. This is probably the better way to do it. It takes a little longer, but it does work. You see the paper, how it's starting to cut? And you just keep going along the edge. You're going to have to recheck your work and make sure that the paper ain't moving. And you just keep going. Pretty much just let the hammer do the work. Don't force it. You don't have to swing it so hard. You just let the hammer do the work. Just take your time. The paper will cut along the edge. You just got to follow that line. Okay, this is where the cylinder goes down into the block. So we're going to come back around here. I'm right-handed, so it's going to be a little tougher on this side. But alright, so when I'm done, I'll show you what the finished product looks like, and I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again.